Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button below, and also to like and comment at any time during the video if you do like what we're teaching or what we are practicing on today. So what we're going to be making today is two different types of pop-off, and I will be showing you the two different types. So as you can see, I've already got flowers weighed out, all my ingredient weighed out basically. So you can see I've got two different bowls with two different flowers weighed in the bowls, and what I'll be doing there now is just making a hole in the middle there where we're going to be putting the yeast once is ready. And so the ingredients we have today is we've got a dry yeast, and we've got that to go into the flowers once we get it mixed up with some warm water. And the other ingredients that we've got today is sugar. We've got sugar here that's going to be going into the yeast and the flour. We've got a little bit of salt, and we've got some nutmeg that's also going to be going into the flour. And what's going to be different in this pop-off today is we're going to add a bit of Scotch Bonnet, and that's also going to go into the pop-off. So for the second type, what we're going to be making is just similar. So we've got some dry, and we've got some sugar, salt, and we've also got some dry yeast that's going to be going in there as well. And you can see that I've got some sugar and nutmeg mixed together, and that's going to be sprinkled over the pop-off once it's ready and once we're done frying. So instead of actually putting the nutmeg in, I'm going to be turning on top. So I'm just going to grab some warm water there to throw into the yeast. So we're putting some warm water in both cup of yeast. So we've got some warm water in there, and I'm going to be adding a little bit of sugar, so about 1 tablespoon of sugar in there to get it mixed up for both pop-off. Mix it with the yeast, mix it as much as you can, keep mixing until you think it's fine enough. And we're going to be setting those two yeast aside for roughly about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to be doing exactly the same with the second yeast as well. So we're going to make sure the sugar is mixed well with the yeast to have them both ready to go into the flour. And once that is ready, so we're going to be adding our salt into the flour, and also the rest of the sugar that goes right into flour as well. And we're just going to have the same in the second bowl. So we have our nutmeg, and we've got our salt, and also the sugar as well, and that will be going into the second flour. And what we're just going to do then is just mix both of them thoroughly, make sure that the sugar and the salt and the nutmeg are well mixed into the flour. And once that is done, what we're going to do is do the same with the second bowl of flour. So keep mixing, make sure it's well mixed, everything is all mixed in together. And this will it's just for us to make sure that everything is well mixed before we throw in our cup of yeast in the bowl. So now we're going to put in the yeast, and that's mix. Well, remember, you're mixing with warm water. If the water is not warm enough, you might not activate the yeast, so make sure that the water is warm, not hot and not cold. It's just a perfect temperature and is warm enough to go into the flour. And once we've done that, you can see that we haven't got enough water there, so we're just going to keep mixing more warm water bit by bit until we have a flour well mixed. Obviously I know the amount of water I need, so that's why I'm throwing in that much. But if you're not too sure, make sure you're mixing the water bit by bit, just so your flour is not too watery, or is not too, so it's not too watery, and it's still got the right texture that we are looking for the pop-off to be good, I'll say. So you just keep mixing and mixing until the flour is all dissolved, and then you just try and pull up to see if that's enough water in there. If you still need a bit more water, you can go ahead and throw in more. But with my mixture now, I think that's well enough water in there. I wouldn't be throwing any more water. So obviously what you can see now is a video, and you might not be getting exactly what I've got there in the video. So that's why I would advise to make sure that you pour in your water bit by bit, rather than pouring so much in one go. So now you can see that is having a really good consistency, and that's perfect um for what we're looking for a pop off. Remember, to pop off, it's not meant to be hard and it's not meant to be too loose, so just be careful with that there as well. And we're just going to do exactly the same thing with this second bowl of flour. So we're pouring in the same yeast mix that we've made, and you're going to mix with the flour, mix and mix until it's well mixed. And because there isn't enough water there, you're going to be adding a little bit more warm water, as you can see there. So I'm just going to keep mixing, make sure that that is well mixed, and get exactly the same texture as the first bowl of mixed flour. Okay, that's nearly done there. And so you remember this other side, this second bowl of pop-off, we're going to be putting a little bit of Scotch bonnet in, just to make sure that we get into different flavor. Obviously, when you're ready to make yours, you don't have to use both. So I'm just adding a little bit more water there because that's still a bit quite too thick. I'm going to add a bit more water and keep mixing until that is finally mixed. And then we're going to add in the Scotch bonnet. So as I did say, there are two different types, so you just have to pick which one you want to go with. They are both exact the same measurement that I've done for both, and it depends on how spice, what if you like spice or you don't. And so if you don't really like spice, I'll advise not to use the second recipe, the one with the Scotch on it. If you do want some slow spice in your pop off, you don't actually have to use Scotch bonnet. If you don't like spice, you can actually use a red pepper, just a normal red bell pepper in there as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna mix that in, and once that is well mixed, what I'm gonna be doing now and then is just cover both and leave them on one side until they are ready for me to fry. So you can see that that's well mixed, and the second one as well, that's well mixed. And I'm just going to be covering them with some cling film. Because you know how cling fillings can get. Give me a bit of time before I can get it out there. So yeah, cover that. And then do exactly the same to the second bowl. Here we are. So after doing that, what I'm going to be doing then is covering these two up. So we've got our tablecloth. Cover them up with the tablecloth and leave them in a warm place. I'll say for roughly about 30 to 40 minutes. Just to leave them then to rise. Once those are done, then we're ready to fry. Alright, so as you can see, I've already got a oil in a pot and ready to start frying. And those are the two bowl of pop-off that we're going to be frying now today. I'm just waiting, so I'm sure that they're fine because I've had them covered for roughly about 30 to 40 minutes. So because my oil is already hot enough, what I'm just going to do is unwrap the two bowl and just start frying. So when you want to start frying, you can pour a little bit of water on your hand just so you know getting sticky flour, and just dip in. So don't forget to wash your hands, and once you are ready, you can dip in there and just start to fry. So there are two different ways that you can fry your pop off. You can either do it this way that I'm doing it, which will definitely have your puff very round and nice. Or you can also use an ice cream scoop if you've got one at home. I do have one, but mine is quite big and I don't want my puff too big, that's why I'm using my hand. Right guys, so you can see that my puff is now coming out nicely. Um, just to make sure as well that when you're frying, you're not frying on a very high E. Make sure you are on about a medium E. If you fry on a high E, it will make the puff go brown really quick. And once it's gone brown, if you open it later, it might not be well cooked in the inside. So just make sure you're frying on a medium E, just to give you that right just to give you that right temperature and to give you the perfect texture that you want the pop-off cooked in. So all I'm just gonna keep doing there is just flipping over and over until they are nice and golden brown. And once that is done, then you can always take them out. Um, Obviously I'm gonna fry the rest of mine, but just to make sure that this video is not going for too long, that's the reason why I'm only frying this amount at the moment, just to show you guys what I'm doing. And once this is done, I will fry the rest up. And so as you can see guys, it is coming out really nice now. And I could always bring that out now. I think they are perfect. So as I've already mentioned, I am new to YouTube and I am more than happy to keep uploading and making new videos for you guys to see. Just please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Like I did say as well, comment and like the video. If you leave a comment for me on a certain food that you want me to make the next week, I will definitely pick on that and we will definitely do a tutorial on those meals. So stay tuned and I will say catch you guys later. Bye.